So imagine this. You're looking for a stylish, modern SUV that doesn't destroy your fuel budget, feels futuristic, and still looks cool pulling up anywhere. Well, that's exactly where the new BYD Atto 2 steps in. Now BYD has already been making serious moves in the electric car world. And with the Atto 2, they're clearly targeting people who want something compact, affordable, but still packed with features. And honestly, this car might surprise a lot of people. Let's start with the design, because first impressions matter, right? The front of the Atto 2 has this clean, modern look with sharp LED headlights that give it a slightly aggressive but still friendly vibe. It's not overdone, not too flashy, just the right balance. You also get that smooth grille design, which is typical for electric cars, and it actually makes the whole front look futuristic. Move to the side, and this is where you really see its personality. It's a compact SUV, so it's not huge, but the proportions are really well done. The lines are smooth, the curves are subtle, and those alloy wheels give it a sporty touch. It's the kind of car that looks perfect in the city but still feels like a proper SUV. Now the rear. This might be my favorite angle. You get a full-width LED light bar stretching across the back. And at night, this thing looks seriously premium. It's got that clean European-style finish, and it doesn't feel cheap at all. In fact, if you didn't know the price, you might think it belongs in a higher segment. Step inside, and this is where BYD really shows off. The interior feels modern, clean, and honestly a bit futuristic. The highlight is that rotating touchscreen display, which is just cool every time you see it. It can switch between vertical and horizontal, and it instantly gives the cabin a high-tech feel. You've also got a fully digital instrument cluster, soft touch materials, and comfortable seats that feel more premium than you'd expect at this price point. There's ambient lighting, wireless charging, and all the small details that make daily driving more enjoyable. Now let's talk about performance. The Atto 2 isn't trying to be a supercar, but for everyday driving, it's more than enough. Acceleration is smooth, instant, and perfect for city traffic. You press the pedal, and it just goes. No delay, no noise. Just that clean electric push. Range is also pretty solid. Depending on the version, you're looking at somewhere around 300 to 400 kilometers on a full charge, which is more than enough for daily use. And if you're someone who mostly drives in the city, you probably won't even think about charging every day. There are also talks of a hybrid version in some markets, which could push the total range even further. That means longer trips become easier, and range anxiety becomes less of a problem. Now here's something interesting. Even though it's a compact SUV, the Atto 2 still gives you a bit of that SUV confidence. The ground clearance is decent, so speed breakers and rough roads aren't a big issue. It's not a hardcore off-road machine, but for light off-road use or uneven roads, it handles things pretty well. So if you're someone who occasionally goes out of the city or deals with rough streets, this car won't disappoint you. When it comes to features, BYD didn't hold back. You've got smartphone connectivity, voice control, over-the-air updates, and a bunch of driver assist features that make driving safer and easier. It feels like a car that's ready for the future, not something outdated. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where things get really interesting. The Atto 2 is expected to come in as a budget-friendly electric SUV, which means it could be one of the most affordable ways to enter the EV world. And if BYD prices it right in markets like Pakistan or similar regions, it could become a very popular choice. Compared to its bigger sibling, the Atto 3, this one is smaller, more affordable, and more focused on city users. You lose a bit of space, sure, but for many people, that's not even a problem. In fact, the smaller size makes it easier to park, easier to drive, and more practical for daily use. So really, it comes down to what you need. If you want something bigger and more powerful, the Atto 3 is there. But if you want something compact, stylish, and efficient, the Atto 2 might actually be the smarter choice. At the end of the day, the BYD Atto 2 feels like a car designed for the modern driver. It's efficient, it's stylish, it's packed with features, and it doesn't try too hard to impress, it just naturally does. And honestly, if electric cars continue going in this direction, the The future of driving is looking pretty exciting.